Good morning, and thank you all for attending this exciting event here. We're here today to discuss the Harford County Metro Area Network, or HMAN. This innovative project connects agencies and municipalities across the county. And right now, I'd like to take a minute to welcome a couple of the elected officials that are in the audience, Coach Slusky and also Councilman Chad Schroeder. Thank you for being here, very big supporters of the project. And right now, Harford County Executive David R. Craig will tell us a little bit more about HMAN and the benefits to the county.
Good morning. Thanks everybody for coming. We are going to unveil what we call HMAN, the Harford Metro Area Network. And this network is going to connect municipalities, the county is going to connect libraries, fire service, and all the public schools around. So we're very happy about it. And really, it's the culmination of several years, at least as county executive, 9 years, to work on the broadband infrastructure, which I do call the infrastructure of the 21st century. This installation is over 160 miles of fiber optic cable, and it will allow over 150 sites to be connected, and will also allow a wireless connection to other people. Now, what it means is more capacity. It means faster speeds, better performance on broadband, and it also means some potential cost savings to taxpayers. And some of the types of connections that HMAN makes are future-proof. In other words, it's not just about what kind of technology we have today, but what type of technology we have in the future. And it's also designed so that there's a break in the connection, that there will not be a disruption in service, because public safety, as the man next to me understands, is very important, and we have to make sure that we don't have a breakage like that. But beyond the usage, it's also going to help for development for businesses and for individuals in their house. And it really will fill the gaps in the current market that we've had. I tell people it's no longer a luxury. Everybody takes it that electricity, water, sewer, all that is important for daily living. Well, I don't know, every time I walk around I see somebody holding something, they're texting someone, or they're using their some sort of technology right now to talk to people, which is, we're not going to let him talk today, he's just going to text us later on. So it's important that we be able to do this and make it so that the county is really caught up on all these types of issues. And I think it's very important that it's done. Some people don't understand some of the things about infrastructure or about how we spend a lot of money. But it came down to $13 million to get this done, so it's very important. And one of the people that impacts, I think, the most in his office is the sheriff's office. So I'd really like to ask Jesse Bain to come up and speak for a few minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Craig, and good morning, everybody. I don't know if you realize this, but for me, this is really a big deal, and I think it's a big deal for Harford County, and I think it's a big deal for our citizens, particularly when I look at this application from the public safety perspective. I would tell you that what this will allow us to do is to share our data quickly, instantaneously, with all of our shareholders. It's a capacity that we do not have at this time, but it's a capacity that's very much needed if we are going to be responsible for ensuring the protection of our cities, or of our citizens, our infrastructure, and our businesses. It also is going to provide the Sheriff's Office with redundancy. That's something we do not have at this time. It's something that for us, we have always considered that a very precarious situation to be in. We have plans in place in the event that we should lose our capabilities, but that's not a good position to be in. So this will move us forward. Something I like about this is that this is going to save money for Harford County, but at the same time it's going to increase our capabilities, and it's going to lead to a sharing of resources amongst all the stakeholders. And as you know, in these hard economic times, it's good for all of us to have, at one time the thinking was it's good for us to have our own little silos and running our own operations and having all this money to do things within our own shops. But we've come to learn over time, particularly here in Harford County, that if we all sit down, all the stakeholders at the table together, and we talk about what it is that we're doing, we eliminate duplication, and with the sharing of resources, we now have things at our disposal that we've never had before. So that's a great thing for Harford County, and it's a great thing for the taxpayers. The other thing that I would like to say is that it still allows the sheriff's office, because of the sensitivity of the information it has in its databases, it allows us to still maintain our autonomy and still be able to provide information to our stakeholders that they may need. And finally, I would say, and I tell this to people all the time, with this information revolution that we are in right now, and technology driving that, the time is coming where it will be almost impossible to commit a crime because the technology is going to catch you. And I would say that for us to be able to do that, we need things like this, because this is what is going to move us forward. This that we are looking at today is a key element in enabling this county to move forward, to take advantage of the technology that's here now, and to take advantage of the technology that's coming in the future. I want to thank the committee who has worked on this plan for a period of time. I want to thank the county executive, and I want to thank the county council for having the foresight to see that this needs to be done, and having the ability to be able to say, okay, everybody, let's roll up our sleeves, let's get to work, you've got our support, tell us what you need, and we're going to see that you get it. And that is very important if we are going to move forward in Harford County, particularly in hard economic times when things like this could be an impossibility because of a lack of funding. So, as you can tell, I am happy with this. If you couldn't tell, I will tell you I am happy with this. And I think it's a great day for Harford County. And from the standpoint of the citizens and from the standpoint of my personnel on the street, this is something that was desperately needed for Harford County. So, thank you, Mr. Craig, Mr. Slutsky, Chad, members of the County Council, and everybody who worked to make this thing possible, including Harford County Department heads. Thank you.
I would like, on the public safety side, those who are with the volunteer fire service, do please stand up in emergency services so we can acknowledge how important it is for you, because public safety on criminal side is one, but for emergency services is very important too. And now we have this interconnectivity so that if it's a dual effort, so I want to thank you for what you guys have done to push this across the road too. So thank you. And anyone who served on the committee that we had, this committee's been around for a long time, so those who served on the committee, some of you might be standing up again, but anybody who served on the committee, would you please stand up and so we can acknowledge how you worked on and getting this across the board. Yeah, we all know that another very important aspect of this new technology is the way teachers teach children. And I'm sure back in 1978, when Barbara Canada and I were working together as teachers, that she never thought I was going to be the county executive, and I never thought she was going to be the superintendent of public schools. She couldn't make it today because she had already made a commitment to attend the school. So we have Joe Licata. So I'd like to ask Joe to come up.
Thank you. On behalf of Barbara Canavan and our Board of Education, look at that face. If you think that's excited, we are doubly excited about this whole project. First, I'd like to thank all the folks that have been involved. This couldn't happen without that kind of effort. I want to thank Drew Moore, our own Director of Technology, for having the leadership and the vision within the school system to help work with this project to make sure that that we had access to this network. This means an awful lot to us in a lot of ways that you all won't even see. First of all, just in terms of access for all 54 of our schools, not just a few schools, not just some of the schools, but countywide 54 schools to have the access that we're going to have. And then to think that this will, just really with the flip of a switch, increase the bandwidth almost 50 times the amount that we have right now in our schools, and in some cases 100 times. So the access to this bandwidth and to this system for all of our schools and the amount that it has is going to mean an incredible amount of benefits, not to us, but to the students. When you think of the fact that they will now have access to just streaming videos, live interactions. We can teach classes to kids at home who don't all otherwise are not able to be in our schools on particular days for some reason. and they can live stream to the classroom and be there as if they're sitting in that classroom with the rest of their classmates. I can go on and on. The idea of teaching classes, giving kids access to classes that might be taking place in another county, in another state, in real live time, in their own building somewhere here in Harford County, and then within Harford County. So the benefits are going to be incredible. Coupling that with providing Wi-Fi connections throughout our buildings, which is a plan that we have ongoing right now. This whole Common Core and the testing requirements that are coming down the pike, the access that we're going to be able to have is really just going to be incredible, and it's going to help make a school system that's already great even better. So we thank you. We thank all the folks that have been involved for the vision to make this thing happen, and I'll just say we're happier than he is. So thank you very much.
I think we do have representatives here from 3 of the companies that helped push this across and make sure we got it. So KCI, anyone here from KCI? All right, all the way in the back. Okay, so, and Presidio. All right, very good, thank you. All right, we're tied, 3-3 right now. And Cisco. All right, very good. These are the ones, I mean, if you drove around, you saw those big orange lines going under and things happening. They were the ones that helped make sure that it got done. I do want to thank the members of the council because this was a new thing, and I can imagine what everybody felt like in the early 1900s when they were putting up telephone wires now and electric wires, and this is the new thing. And I want to thank you guys for helping support this when it came through the budgets at different times. Internally on staff, it was a long time issue. This sat on my desk probably from the very first day I got in there. And one of the keys was being able to find the money. So I want to thank Kim and Catherine for helping us because it was very difficult. We really hadn't done it before, and that made sure it got done. I can also say from the personal side, we had a lot of dead zones in Harford County, and that was important. I mean, you might have a firefighter in one building and no contact. You might have a deputy sheriff in a school, no contact, all sorts of things. In one way, it was always good because if Belinda was not happy with me that day, I could just say I'm in a dead zone. I can't talk to her and shut it off. But now we can't do that. So all the time. But the real thing I think that finally pushed us across was when the council supported us creating the new department. It is an important department, and the key person was Ted. I really want to thank Ted for putting us across because so much of it was new, so much of it we didn't understand, and he was almost like an educator teaching us what this was, and we're very happy that he was willing to come on board to be the director of that department. He's done an excellent job at getting it done, and I don't think it would have gotten done if we hadn't had Ted on board. That's it. I'll bring Cherie back up, but thank you all for coming, and I look forward to seeing this.
All right, well, I think that pretty much sums it up. Thank you all for coming, and have a good day.
That was great.